I promise I'm not procrastinating. Okay, I am procrastinating, but listen, I wanted you to meet my granddaughter. This is Oakley. She's about a year old, and she used to hate me, but she now loves me. She is a sweet girl now, but when we first got her, she was definitely a sassy girl. Say hello to everyone. And of course, there's the one, the only, Lily. If you follow me on the gram, you know Lily. Lily has been my ride or die for the last 7 years. 7.5 years, Lily? How long has it been, my love? 7.5 years. Lily has been my emotional support dog since 2018. But her work here is done, clearly. I feel so bad because this mic, listen, y'all are probably like, oh, my ears. This is my first time using it. And it's like a cheap Amazon mic. I compiled some questions from both my platforms, my mental health platform and my modeling platform. Here we go. The first one is, what's been the biggest personal change you've made in the last few years? So I would say that the biggest personal change that I've really made was shifting my lifestyle to that of an intentional one. For a really long time, I didn't know anything about what it was to live intentionally. I was just existing. And I feel like I ended up spiraling into a really bad depression. I lost my sense of self, and it was bad. I decided that I was going to be extremely intentional. And that came with like a lot of healing and a lot of listening to self-development audiobooks and podcasts. And so I didn't think to myself out of nowhere like, yes, I shall be intentional. No, like I had to hit rock bottom. When I hit rock bottom in my mental health, I knew that I had to take a look at the role that I was playing in my own suffering. I think that is so important, because if you don't take a look at the role that you play in your own suffering, you'll probably just end up in the same situation over and over again. Lily, really, you farted in the middle of my video? That was gross. That was rude. When I really started to focus on my healing, my growth, I decided that I was going to create a life that felt good to me. At the end of the day, I am the person I have to spend the most time with. I need to learn how to love me. I can't do that if I'm not being intentional with every single choice that I make. The second question is, what's something you could happily live without for the rest of your life? Taxes. Okay, for real. I would say alcohol. I feel like alcohol is very overrated. I don't have an issue with people who consume alcohol. However, I have an issue when people have an issue with the fact that I no longer consume alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol not because I was struggling with any sort of problems with it, but my decision to stop drinking came about 10 months ago when I was in Cabo. I was at a resort, and mind you, when I drink, I have maybe 2 to 3 drinks tops. I'm a very tiny person, and because I barely drink, a few drinks is all I need. I noticed that every time I would drink, I would feel terrible. I have a couple of drinks. I'm already a very emotional, sensitive, loving person. Okay. And of course, feelings are heightened when you're drinking. And not that I was like dysregulated or acting up or acting well, but I just didn't like how it made me feel mentally. I didn't like what it did to my body. As a nurse, I've seen so much when it comes to alcohol abuse. I want to say ETOH so bad, but that's the medical term for it. But yeah, I just decided I was no longer going to drink. It was just literally a choice I made, just like that. It feels good. I'm not as bloated. I don't have headaches. If I want something, I could have like a mocktail. I'm a sweet drink kind of gal anyways, so virgin pina colada. Listen, I'm crazy without the liquor. I don't need it. The next question is, what inspired you to become a mental health advocate? This is such a loaded question. And I think the only way I could summarize it is that for a really long time, like mentally, I struggled in silence. My childhood was terrible. My teenage years were even worse. Of course, we are products of our environment. So because I grew up in such an unhealthy environment, I did develop unhealthy coping mechanisms and unhealthy ways of dealing with relationships and processing my emotions and self-sabotaging behaviors. And as the years went on, it just got worse and worse. Your upbringing really does shape your sense of self. I think we all know that, but we don't think about it. So once I started my own healing journey, and I learned so much about who I really was, and once I got here, I realized just how difficult it is to actually do that, because it's really hard to develop so much self-awareness. You really got to take like a hard look in the mirror and be like, damn, I played a role in my own suffering. It's like a hard pill to swallow. Growth and change and developing perspective it's never comfortable. Never comfortable. But once you overcome whatever it is that you're feeling, because feelings are not facts, guys, you really can flourish into something beautiful. So, that being said, that's what inspired me because I just feel like I wanted to inspire others and be a voice for those who are too afraid to speak out. And so that's what really made me want to become a mental health advocate. I felt so alone in my journey. I just never wanted anyone to feel alone the way I did. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. The next question is how did you come up with the name Intend and Inspire? Intend and Inspire is my mental health platform. So for those of you who know me as a model or the model nurse, I do have a mental health platform. I also hosted several events here in Chicago that were mental health events. And I also did some mental health content creator combining photo walks last year, quite a bit actually. So I'm trying to fuse that into the creative industry. I'll get into that in a minute, but Intent and Inspire came from, again, when I hit rock bottom, I wanted to live intentionally. How many times can you say intention in one video? So with that being said, the reason was to inspire others. And what am I inspiring others? To live intentionally. So Intend and Inspire came from that. The next question is, what is something you wish more people understood about mental health? I would say that people should really understand that you cannot step into your best life emotionally, mentally, spiritually, without doing the inner work. There's no way around it. It's not about success on the outside, because at the end of the day, yeah, that could be a very small component of having a good life, but you could literally have everything and be dying inside. So if you don't work on self-love, if you don't work on your relationship with yourself, it's going to show in how you show up in your relationship for others. It is so important. The next question is there any kind of photo shoot you would not do and why? I could not. I have not, and I have no plans ever on doing this. Could never do a shoot holding a cigar or a cigarette. And I've been asked so many times and I'm like, no. And again, it's because at my core, working in healthcare, seeing what I've seen.
What a day.
I'm not about to promote. I'm not. I can't. I can't. I simply can't. Next question. You did a lot of photo walks last year. What was your favorite part about it? Well, besides like just seeing different parts of the US, because I did them all within the US, and being able to be near the ocean a lot. It was amazing. I love the ocean. Listen, one day, y'all ain't gonna see me here in Chicago anymore. I'm gonna be somewhere near ocean or retire near the ocean. Besides that, it was definitely getting to know people on a deeper level, because I did host photo walk, but what I did after was at some of these photo walks, it was a whole event where I sat down and I talked mental health with people, and then I opened the floor for people to open up about their experiences, because I wanted them to find community within one another. I wanted them to find friendship within one another. At the events, I touch on imposter syndrome, comparing yourself to others, getting out of creative ruts, and self-limiting thoughts and beliefs, like really honing in on those things. Because I feel like we all struggle with that at one point or another. I struggle with it from time to time. Actually, that's part of the reason why you haven't seen me talk. Yeah, but actually, I don't know what I've been doing, because I see, y'all got me. Listen, I'm open. I don't shut up. And then I had other photo walks where we did the shoot and then we just all went and grabbed food together, and I got to know other people on a personal level. And that was dope, because I really got to know them, because I'd be asked, I'm nosy. I'd be like, what do you do? Why do you like doing it? What kind of photography you want to do? What's your favorite stuff to shoot? Why? What about you? What inspired you to become a photographer? I be asking y'all. I be putting y'all on the spot, and then people made friends. I think my favorite part was being able to see community being built, because then these people follow each other, and then they like tag me when they do work together. It was awesome. I also feel like my favorite part was getting those messages from the people afterwards, telling me how much of an amazing time they had and how much they needed that. I think that was phenomenal, because I just feel like I played a role in helping someone feel better. And I swear I feel like that's my purpose. The next question is, how do you balance being a nurse, model, and mental health advocate? To be honest, I don't have a perfect balance. I really don't. I wish I did. Do you know how hard it is to work as a nurse, to work on my mental health advocacy platform, host mental health events, and to model and to be a mom? It's so difficult, especially because first and foremost is my daughter. Any extra time I have in between is for those things. So to be quite honest, I feel like I'm actually very hard on myself because I feel like I don't actually apply myself to modeling as much as I should, or my mental health brand as much as I should. But I don't feel guilty in a sense because I know that the years fly by, and the most important part is the fact that I'm raising this little human and I want her to feel loved and I want her to feel happy. And so my life is just my daughter, and then everything else I balance around her. That's it. I really hope that plane wasn't loud because I'm not doing this again. Okay? I just listen. This is a very low budget film, but high quality content. What's something you're currently working on or improving about yourself? Oh, probably trusting myself more and letting go of guilt. I recently listened to an audiobook called Letting Go of the Guilt, and they touch on true guilt versus false guilt. And I struggle with a lot of false guilt. And honestly, I think a lot of people do. Um, it definitely can stem from various things. For me, it stemmed from being made to feel guilty about things I should never have been made to feel guilty about, and it stems back from childhood. So it's really important to discern when something isn't your weight to carry, which I'm pretty good about that, but I still feel guilty sometimes. What's your go-to self-care routine after a busy week? I like to plan ahead for the important things. So like my supplements, I literally have the little old lady 7 day a week little container. Supplements, gotta have them. My meals, I make sure that I have healthy meals for lunch and for breakfast actually. Dinner, tacos, wings is all over with. I'm really intentional even about how I eat throughout the day. I try my best to do that. I need to cut down on the caffeine though, I ain't even gonna lie. I go to the gym regularly. And honestly, I go to the gym more for my mental health than anything and have been for years. Obviously, physical health is also important. Okay. Okay. We don't need no high cholesterol here. I also read a daily affirmation book almost every single day. I used to journal. I have not done that in a while, but I love journaling. And then I do like to prepare my clothes. Like I do a lot of it. I'm very intentional about all the things I do these days, guys. Okay, it's how I live. I'm really big on taking care of the tomorrow me. So if I get my clothes ready today, then tomorrow morning, the tomorrow me is gonna be like, I love yesterday me. You know what I mean? I like to set my delay brew on my coffee maker so that when I wake up, my coffee is ready for me. I set it for like 5 minutes before I wake up. I do a lot of little intentional things. Why there's so many airplanes right now? Where are you guys going? What are you most excited about in the next chapter of your life? If you guys follow me on my modeling Instagram, I've said that I'm no longer going to be hosting photo walks or events this year. I'm still available to do individual sessions if someone wants to shoot, and I would most definitely go out for a photo walk if I'm not hosting it. But the planning and the execution and the booking of my own hotel and all the things that come with hosting a photo walk and the promoting of it, that is so time consuming. And I love, love, love. I really like mental health is my heart, and when I get DMs from people saying that my content is helping them heal something, my God, like that is my calling. That is, oh my gosh. So definitely want to focus and hone in on, and I have been creating more mental health content. Who knows, like maybe one day your girl is going to be writing her own affirmation book. I just want to continue to build a life that feels authentic and peaceful, and I want to inspire others by doing that. So I hope that you guys are willing to join me for this journey. And perhaps I was all over the place with this video, but guess what? I'm still gonna post it because we ain't got time to do this again. And I mean, it's just me. It's me. I think that there's a whole other side of me that you guys just have not seen unless you follow me on the gram. If you follow me on Instagram, the Instagram stories, and y'all know I'm gonna be posting more on here. Don't know how often. I'm not gonna lie and be like weekly. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on how hard fifth grade math is. You know how hard fifth grade math is? I am struggling. My daughter's homework is my homework, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did enjoy talking to you guys. Just thank you for watching. Ugh! Oh, y'all heard that? That was a bone it cracked. Not cute, Diana.